like to raise a glass to Carl's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful Charlotte.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a shag well shagged the night you made this little fella.
Definitely.
You're here.
Definitely.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Now, when he came aboard, I'm sure it's all agreed that we thought he was a bit of a posh tosser.
I didn't like him.
He seemed unpleasant.
You know what? He is now one of us.
Yes,
We would like him to stay forever. And just to finish off, Kev, bless you. Rabbits are Easter, not Christmas.
That's why they call it the Easter Bunny.
Oh, right. I am seriously thick, aren't I?
You are! You're the thickest!
So tell me, how did you fare in boat camp?
I think I fared fairly well in boat camp. I like the sea. I like ships. I don't get sick. And it was a great 4 or 5 days, you know, just to be on a big ship with Richard Curtis and some great people. You know, we'd rehearse in the day and then we'd eat and watch films or, you know, play foosball, and we had a DJ booth set up in the ship's hospital, and we would play music and hang out. It's a great thing to do. It's a great way to start making a film, you know.
But you had to sleep in those teeny tiny little cabins.
We did. It was a tiny bunk. I could hardly fit, and it felt like I was asleep in a coffin. Really, it was tiny, but there was a weird sense of security in it. You know?
In what way?
Just being enclosed and not being able to move. I kind of felt comfortable sleeping there.
You had some of the funniest sex scenes I've seen in movies in a really long time, and you had.
I'm never sure those words should go together. The funniest sex scene. I don't. I'm not sure how that works, but I know what you mean.
You had to put your ego out the window.
Yeah.
So talk about doing those scenes.
You know, I'm fairly secure about how I look physically. It doesn't, you know, sure I can't get into a pair of size 30 jeans, but I've always been a big guy, and I don't see it as a handicap or disability. I think if you're a big person and you're confident and smart and funny, I think it's as sexy as a six-pack. That's bullshit, but you know, if it's going to aid some big men out there into getting laid, then I think they should believe that.
Okay, talk about when the boat took on water and how you handled those scenes of like.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to give too much away because it kind of says what happens at the end, but it was pretty tough. That whole last kind of 10-15 minutes took us a long time to shoot, and we had to kind of shoot the same thing, I think maybe 5, 6 different times at different times of the day. And you know, we then had a massive section of the ship built in a studio, and it kind of stuck out at a weird angle, and so we shot on that loads in green screen, and then finally there's a place in Pinewood called the Paddock Tank, which is a very big tank of water, and they had again a section of the ship sticking out, and we had to try to jump off, and it was exciting. You know, things that I wouldn't normally do in my real life, you find that you do in a film, and you don't think twice about it, you know.
Do you ever feel like you can't breathe, like because you're under the water, or how do they do that?
Well, I mean, I didn't fortunately have to go under the water so much, but Tom and Ralph did a whole scene underwater, which is beautiful. It kind of takes you out of where you are, and you're suddenly in this weird kind of 1950s Technicolor underwater scene. And those guys stayed underwater for hours at a time, and they had divers with them, and they would take their oxygen, give the thing back, do the scene, and then I think it's just easier for them to be underwater all the time than to keep coming up and going down again. So I was a bit jealous, really. I think that would be pretty cool. It's a cool thing to say you've done, right?
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Great movie, really fun.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Cool. Nice to meet you.